A lady had messaged me and she said, you know what, I wasted a lot of my time. And, now that I have my 3 kids and, my marriage didn't work out, I want to, really start taking those guys who I thought was like lame guys. I want to start giving them a chance. And I said, ooh, wee. How unfair. How unfair is it for the lame guys, as she called it, to have to be with you after you done been ran through and got all these kids from another man or 2, and you really think you're deserving of a good man now at this point? That's so unfair. Guys, you got to be real cautious. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with being with a woman with kids, but you got to be real cautious because sometimes the women are willing to settle for you because they know that the guys they want is just not worth a dang on thing.
The crazy thing about this with me is women do that to us guys. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say men don't do that to women because that would be a lie. But women do that to us guys. See, what men do, though, is we want to get with you when you are good looking. You know what I'm saying? Like the ugly duckling, that story. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want us to get with y'all after y'all done, y'all life just been messed up. Now you want a man to come save you from all your horrible mistakes, which is so wrong, and y'all know that it's wrong. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched this video, deep down inside, I really thought she was talking about herself. I really was. I'm not trying to say nothing crazy, but that's what I was thinking. I think she's talking about herself. But I'm not saying that she is. So let me just leave it at that. That's just the thought that I had in my head. Anyway, it's funny how women, y'all think y'all can just run the streets, have y'all fun, you know what I'm saying, do whatever it is, then, there's a guy out there that's going to want to be with me. Not saying there ain't none. Of course there is going to be some out there that want you. But how fair do you think that is for him? For a guy to just take on this kind of responsibility and you've been passed around. He don't know what kind of situation he's getting himself into with those kids, with the father of those kids, or fathers, maybe, of those kids. He might not be mentally prepared to deal with all that stuff. Of course, somebody could say they are, but once and we all know this, we'll say, oh yeah, I'm cool with that. But once we get into that predicament, we're like, ooh, maybe not. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, ladies, how do you think that's fair? Just like y'all women love to say you don't want a man with kids. Why are y'all trying to throw kids all on us? I mean, come on. You got to tell me something. You see what I'm saying? It's not fair. So I agree with what she named this. Fellas, watch out for some of these females. She's right. You know what I'm saying? She's right. Because see, when us guys do that, we just want you when you go from the ugly duckling to the beautiful swan. Y'all want us to take y'all after y'all life just been all ran through. After so many dicks have been in you, so many men have put their DNA inside of you. I mean, all kinds of crap. You know what I'm saying? So it does get to the point where you gotta sit back and just think, is this fair for this guy to take on my problems? And fellas, you gotta sit here and think, do you really want to get yourself into this? I'm not saying it's a bad situation, because not all situations like that. Hell, my mom was a single mom because my dad died of cancer when I was 6 years old. So it's not all bad. I know that's the first thing we're going to think when we see a single mother. Oh, she did this, she did that. And it's not always true, and I know that. That's why I gave the perfect example. My dad died when I was 6 years old. So, of course, my mom had to deal with all her kids. She had to take care of her kids by herself. You see what I'm saying? I would never sit here and say being with a single mom is bad, but just be careful. I never said don't date a single mom. Not one time in my videos. I've always said, think about it. Are you sure? Watch out for the person, the situation, scope things out. All that stuff is what I've always said. Things of that nature, I'll put it like that. Because like I said in plenty of my videos, my mom was a single mom and people did look at her like, what was she doing? You know, got all these kids and she don't have no man and all that. People made assumptions. So I'm just giving that example. Anyway, back to the topic here. Just think about this though, fellas. Not saying don't get with one, but are you really ready to take on another man's responsibilities? Are you really ready to deal with whatever situation? Because some guys will get jealous that you're around his kids, just like females will get jealous that another woman's around her kids. And you never know how that might play out. So you got to be careful. Best advice I can give you is just scope everything out the best you can. Just pay attention, focus, and make a firm decision for yourself.